previous class. Now,
Okay.
Mr. Gerardo, do you accept recording this class today? Or
Yes,
Ms.
yes,
Felipe?
yes. Yes.
Yes, no problem. Okay.
No.
I have already, published the previous classes, right? In public, in YouTube. So
Yes,
if you want,
I
I
know.
will delete them. I will delete them on Monday or on Tuesday, or when you have already watched them. Okay.
Okay.
You tell me when. Okay. Now
Okay. Sure.
let's share the screen here, and let's go back to the page where we were, which is this one. Okay, so ask ask questions with where, about Chad, about Tracy, Jody, and Jeff. The first question: where does Chad work? Will you please answer?
Where does chat work?
Where does Chad work? What is the answer?
He work in the salesperson.
Where is it?
¿Cómo es salesperson, no?
No, but where does he work? Where does he work?
In the ¿cómo se dice?
Repeat it after me, please. Store. A
Store.
clothes store. A
Clothes
clothes
store. Yes. Yes.
store. Or a clothes shop. A clothes shop. You understand? Probably at the department store. Probably at the department store. You see? And this is Chad and this is Tracy. So where do they work? They work in a shop, in a shop, or in a store, in a clothes store.
Clothes
Clothes
store.
store, clothes. Because this store sells shirts, ties, probably t-shirts, pants or
Tie.
trousers or jeans or suits. You see, this is men's clothes, okay? And they work in a men's clothes department of a department store. I don't know, okay? Now,
Okay.
ask about Jody. The question is
Where does Jody work?
okay, what is the answer?
He work in office.
Okay, pay attention. 2 words. It's not he, it's she.
Her. Or
She
she.
works.
She.
She works. With the final S. She works. She works in an office. In an office. You have to say "an" because whenever you have a concrete noun, a pen, a pencil, right? A sweater, a clothes, a clothes store, a clothes shop, okay? An office, okay? You see, in this case, it's an office. She works in a front desk office, or I don't know. She works in a front desk of a company. I don't know. She
Yeah.
works in an office, okay? Because this is probably an office, okay? Now, observe the question. Where does she work? Where does Jody work? And you say, she works with a final S. She works in this in an office. In an office. In an office. Okay. Now, ask the same question for Jeff. What is the question?
Where does Jeff work?
Where does Jeff work? Okay, what's the answer?
He works in an school.
In a school. A school. In this case, school doesn't begin with a vowel. It's school. Okay. He works in school, but you can also say he works in a classroom. in a classroom, okay? He works in a classroom, that's it. Or he works in school, right? He works in a secondary school because these are kids, 11-year, 12-year-old kids. Probably this is primary. I don't know. Probably it's the 6th grade of a primary school, according to what we can see here, right? Or 5th grade. It could be 5th grade, 6th grade, or the 7th grade of the primary or secondary school, you know? Primary or secondary school is the same. Okay, now, do you understand this? Observe that you have to use does when you're talking about one person, Jeff. Where does Jeff work? Where does Jody work? Okay, and observe that in the answer you say he or she works with a final S, right? A final S here. But when you're talking about two people, you don't say where does. What do you say? What do you say? Instead of does.
Where do?
Where do, and you say, where do Chad and Tracy work? Okay, instead of saying where does, you say where do Chad and Tracy work? If you are mentioning only Chad, you say does. But if you mention Chad and Tracy, you have to say where do Chad and Tracy work? And when you answer, you say, you don't say he or she, you say they. They work, and you do not have to use the final S. You understand? So let me check it out because this is really important, okay? Very important. You don't make this mistake, okay? When you say where, I really don't know how to work with this. Let me check it out this way. No? Probably my internet is not working. No, I know what it is. Let me check it out. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Let me check it out again. Only this one. Okay, right here. No, tell me what I have to do.
Ready?
Let me close it and let me open it again. And let me click in here. And let me click in here, but it doesn't work.
No,
Tú me ayudaste el otro día.
show note, abajo.
Ya. Tú me ayudaste el otro día y resulta ser que todavía no capto la cosa. Ok, ahora sí la capto. Vamos a ver. Show notes. Here we are. Remember this. This is really important. When you say, let me rub it out and say, where do, remember that is do they, because it's Chad and Tracy and Chad. Where do Tracy and Chad work? Okay. And the question mark, that's it. But when you say where, okay, when you answer, you're talking about plural. If you're talking about plural, you have to use work without an S, no S at all. They work in a department store, you see? They work in a department store. This is a possibility, okay? Observe that I made a mistake here because I didn't separate in up. Where do they work? They work in a department store. But what about if it is not, let me check it out. Okay, right here. They work in a department store. But what about if you're not talking about Tracy and Chad, but you're only talking about Tracy, okay? So you say, where does, remember that you have to use does because you are talking about only one person, singular. Where does, because you're talking about Chad, you say, or you're talking about Tracy. Where does Tracy work? Where does she work, okay? In this situation, you have to write question mark here, but okay, you do not add the final S here, no S's here, right? No S,
Okay.
it's work. But when you answer the questions affirmatively, huh? You say, she works, okay? You write work, but with a final S, okay? With a final S. She works in a store, you see? She works in a store. She works in a department store. You have to be sure about this. Okay, does here, but works there. You see? You do not use the final S when it is a question. You do not add an S here. It's incorrect if you write a final S here, right?
Okay.
If you write a final S here, it's not correct. You don't use the final S. And you do not use, pay attention to this. You do not say who is not used. Do for he, she, or it. For he, she, or it, you have to use does. Put it in your brain right here because it's sometimes difficult for you to understand all of this. It was difficult for me when I started learning English. When I was a 7-year, when I was when I was a 12-year-old boy, I started learning English when I was 12. I didn't study English in the primary school. ¿Me comprendiste todo último que yo te dije?
Sí, que es importante aprenderlo, porque usted o que usted lo enseñe para que yo lo aprenda.
Es fastidioso a veces tener que repetirlo, ¿verdad? Pero es una necesidad. Esto es a veces engorroso. Yo lo sé por experiencia, porque yo no aprendí el inglés de muchacho, de muchachito, ¿no? Yo lo aprendí ya cuando estaba en la secundaria, cuando yo tenía 12 años. Entonces yo decía, pero esto tiene que ser así. Sí, es así. Pues nada, no te queda otra alternativa que grabarte que sea un verbo auxiliar que se emplee en esa posibilidad. Aquí, does para he, she, or it, y do para we, you, or they, or I. Okay, we, you, I, you, we, or they, do. Okay, ten en cuenta eso, por favor. Okay, let me close this. Let me go again to the, let me go again. Let me close this. And let me close all of this. Check it out. Okay, let me close this. And do you understand this? Is it clear?
Yes.
Is it clear? Okay, let's go to the pronunciation. Observe that do is not pronounced do when you read it rapidly. You don't say, where do you work? When you say it rapidly, you say, where do you work? What do you work? What do you, do you? Ni siquiera dicen you, dice do you. Los americanos dicen do you. Si no, pregúntale a tu esposa.
Sí.
No pronuncian así. Where do you work? What do you do? Es muy relajado. Entonces es lo que se llama reduction of do. Reduction of do. When you pronounce it, no sé qué es lo que está pasando aquí. Ajá. Tengo esto. Okay, pronunciation, the reduction of you. Pay attention, listen and practice. Notice the reduction of do. Notice the reduction of do.
Page 52. Exercise 5. Pronunciation. Reduction of do. Listen and practice. Notice the reduction of do.
Where do you work? What do you do? Where do they work? What do they do?
Observe that do is not pronounced clearly. You say, where do they work? Where do they work? Almost they don't say it. What do they do? What do they do? Right? Very clear. Now let's repeat. Where do you work? Where do you work? Where do you work? Repeat it.
Where do you work?
Where do you work? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Come on, do it. What do you do?
What do you do?
Ok, si lo pronuncias muy pausado, pronuncia what do you do? Pero cuando lo pronuncias rápido, dice what do you do? What do you do? El do es reducido en cuanto al sonido. ¿Ya? It's a reduction of do. What do you do? Where do they work? Where do they work? Repeat. Where do they work?
Where do they work? Me cuesta.
But repeat it rapidly. Repeat it rapidly. What do they do? What do they do? Come on, do it.
Where do they work? No, ¿ves?
Where do they work? Where do they work? What do they do? What do they do? Come on, repeat it. Repeat it. Repeat it. What do they do? Where do they work? Where do they work? What do they do? Come on, do it.
What do they do? What do they do?
Where do they work? Where do you
What?
work? Where do you work? What do you do? Come on. Where do you work? What do you do?
What do you do? Where do you work? Where
Okay.
do they
Repeat
work?
it several times. Repeat it several times so that you can get the idea, because this is why we do not understand people when they talk. Esa es la razón por la cual uno no entiende a la gente cuando habla muy rápido. ¿Entiendes?
Sí,
Bueno, pero si ellos hablan rápido, tú tienes que hablarles rápido también. ¿Entiendes?
claro.
You have to do it rapidly. Where do you work? What do you do? Where do they work? What do they do? Okay, what do they do? Where do they work? Okay, repeat it several times. Listen to this and repeat it several times, okay? Now, let's continue with the next page. We continue from page 52 up to page 53. Let's continue with page 53. What's your job like? Snapshot. Listen and practice. Pay attention to this. You're gonna listen to 4 people, 1, 2, 3, 4 people talking about their jobs, okay? She's a lawyer, she's a photographer, this is a software engineer, and this one is a pilot, okay? So, observe, what is their job like? What is your job like? Listen and pay attention to the new vocabulary. Is he a lawyer? Repeat, a lawyer. Repeat, lawyer.
A lawyer.
A lawyer. Okay. A photographer. Repeat, a photographer.
Photographer.
Okay. A software engineer. A software engineer. Engineer. Okay. A pilot.
A pilot.
Okay. Repeat it after me, please. Okay. What's his name? His name is Jeremy. Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a pilot. Jeremiah is a pilot.
Jeremiah, a pilot.
Martin is a software engineer.
Martin is software engineer.
Martin is a software engineer. Okay. Melanie is a photographer. Melanie is a photographer.
Melanie is a photographer.
Okay. And Lena is a lawyer. Lena is a lawyer.
Lena is a lawyer.
Okay, you're gonna listen to this and then you're going to repeat all of these, okay, the descriptions of their jobs, okay? Pay attention to the correct pronunciation because they don't pronounce Jeremiah or Jeremy. Jeremiah or Jeremy. I think it's Jeremiah. And this Martin. They don't say Martin or Martin, okay? Pay attention.
Page 53. Exercise 6. Snapshot. Listen and practice. What's your job like?
I'm a lawyer at a big law firm. It's difficult and really stressful. I don't like my job much.
I'm a photographer for a local newspaper. I love my job. It's not easy, but it's fun.
I'm a software engineer. My job is okay. It's easy and pretty relaxing, but it isn't boring.
I'm a pilot for a small airline. It's a little dangerous, but very exciting. I like my job a lot.
Okay, they don't pronounce their names, but I think this is pronounced Jeremiah. This one's Martin, this one is Melanie, and this one's Lena. Okay? Who
Okay.
likes his or her job? Who doesn't? Why or why not? Tell me, who likes his job or her job? Who? Who likes his or her job? And who doesn't?
He loves, but it's not easy. He loves an easy work.
Okay, who likes? Who is the one who likes his or her job? In this case, it is not asking about an opinion. It's not an opinion, even though you see like. Like is that it's good for you, so you like it, okay? In this case, like is not an opinion. It's preference, positive preference. If it is not positive, you say doesn't like. You understand?
Okay.
Now, who likes his or her job? I'm gonna ask you the question. Does Lena like her job? Yes or no? Okay, excuse me. I'm going to turn off that fan because the fan is making me noise.
Adelante.
The fan is making stuffy nose. Stuffy, I got a stuffy, stuffy nose. A stuffy nose. Probably is the fan. I turn it off. Okay. Now, who likes her job? Look at her face. Is she happy?
No.
No, she isn't. Observe that she says it's difficult and really stressful.
Okay.
So what do you say about her? Positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Lena likes or Lena doesn't like her job? What do you say?
Don't like.
Doesn't. Lena doesn't like her job. Okay. Now tell me about Melanie.
Melanie like her job.
Likes her
Likes.
job. Likes her job with a final S. She likes her job. Look at her face and she says, it's fun. It's fun. It's not easy, but it's fun. Okay, not easy. What about Martin? Does Martin like his job? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
He
look
likes.
at his face and he says, my job is okay.
Okay.
It's pretty relaxing. It's not boring, not boring. What about the pilot? What about the pilot? Look at his face. Well, his face is not good. He's serious, but he says, I like my job a lot. It's dangerous, but I like it. It's very exciting, okay? Very exciting. So all of them like their job except for Lena. Lena doesn't like her job, in my opinion, okay? Who doesn't like? Lena doesn't like. Why? Why doesn't she like her job? Why? Give me a reason.
Why is difficult and stressful?
It's difficult and stressful, okay? She doesn't find anything positive. But observe, in this case, they have something which is negative, not easy, but it's fun, okay? Observe, It is easy and pretty relaxing. It's not boring. It's not boring. It's very good for him. In this case, mostly it's positive because he says, okay, it's dangerous, but I like my job. It's dangerous, but it's very exciting. Okay, very exciting. You see? So you have a reason why to continue doing that job. Definitivamente hay una razón por la cual seguir trabajando en un empleo. En mi caso,
Claro.
pues, en mi caso yo me siento a gusto. Lo que no me gusta mucho es la computadora, chico, de verdad te lo digo. Pero bueno, me voy adaptando, ahí voy, ¿verdad? ¿Verdad?
Así
Y
es,
bueno,
así es.
y tengo mis poquitos clientes, pero los tengo, ¿eh? Y estoy trabajando yo solo. Cosa que antes no hacía, ¿eh? Pero bueno, ahí vamos. Okay, so you understand the full question, the three questions here?
Yes.
What jobs do you think are interesting, in your opinion? A lawyer, a photographer, an engineer, a computer engineer or software engineer, or a pilot? Which one or which ones do you consider, do you think are interesting?
A
And which
pilot lawyer.
A lawyer. You consider that a lawyer is good?
Yes, for me, yes.
Okay, being a lawyer is good for
I
you.
think one time in student lawyers.
Oh, you were going to be a lawyer, but you didn't get your degree. You didn't continue studying for being a lawyer. Empezaste, pero no terminaste.
No, pensé en un momento comenzar.
Ah, yeah. I thought. ¿Qué quiere decir? I thought of
Okay.
being a lawyer. I thought of being a lawyer, but I didn't continue. Okay. I didn't continue. It would be, or I didn't study to become a lawyer. Okay. Now, which of these jobs do you consider aren't really interesting for you? Are not interesting for you?
Photographer and software engineer.
So you wouldn't like to be a photographer or a computer or a software engineer? No, you wouldn't. No,
No.
not good for you. But you
No.
would be a lawyer or a pilot, but not a computer engineering or a software engineer. Okay, let's continue with the next one right here. Conversation. Look at his face. Who is this man? What is his job? Pay attention to this. What is his job?
Fireman.
Firefighter. A firefighter. A firefighter. Okay. Now let's listen to Jack and Paula. Jack and Paula talk about their jobs. Pay attention. Listen to them, please.
Page 53. Exercise 7. Conversation. It's a dangerous job. Listen and practice.
Hey, Paula. I hear you have a new job.
Yes, I'm teaching math at Lincoln High School.
How do you like it?
It's difficult, but the students are terrific. How are things with you?
Not bad. Guess what? I'm a firefighter now.
Really? Wow. How do you like it?
It's a dangerous job, but it's really interesting. I love it.
Okay, but please be careful.
Okay, now tell me, are there any particular words here you don't understand?
Guess what?
Okay, guess what? Guess, when you guess, it's in your mind, but you don't tell anybody. You say, guess what? Can you guess what? In this situation, he is Jack. Jack is saying to Paula, guess what? It means that Paula doesn't know that he is a firefighter. So Paula has to guess it in her brain. But if you haven't mentioned that to Paula, how is Paula going to know? Guess means imagine. You don't imagine. Guess what is like saying, Paula, you don't imagine what my job is right now. You don't imagine. You have no idea. You have no idea. Guess what I am? And he says, imagine. Guess what? How would you translate it into Spanish if I tell you that guess what is like saying, you don't imagine, you don't have an idea of what am I doing right now. You understand?
Algo
How would you
como,
translate it in Spanish?
no sé, como ¿sabes qué? O adivina
¿Sabes
qué.
qué? Tienes una remota idea de lo que yo estoy haciendo. ¿Entiendes? ¿Te imaginas? Ese guess what es como decir, ¿te imaginas? ¿Eh?
Ah,
¿Sabes qué? Ok, ese guess what es eso. That's okay. Very good. Now, tell me what terrific is. Terrific. The translation is not the same. Spanish is opposite. Tell me, is terrific positive or negative for you? Positive, negative in Spanish, but in English, terrific is not negative, it's positive. Terrific is very, very good. Terrific is fantastic. You understand? Something that is wonderful. You understand wonderful?
yes.
Well, when you say are wonderful, you say it's difficult, but my students are, or the students are terrific. The students are very, very good students. Do you understand the idea? ¿Cómo me traducirías tú terrific?
Geniales.
Genial, chéverísimo, buenísimo, padrísimo, como dicen aquí. ¿Ok? Los estudiantes son geniales, son magníficos. Terrific no tiene la misma connotación que tiene nuestro español. Por favor, tenlo en cuenta porque eso más de uno se lo come. Se come el cuento. Se come el cuento. ¿Eh?
Ya me di cuenta.
Eso es correcto. Entonces, terrific es que son estudiantes magníficos, fabulosos, son unas bellas personas, pues, ¿ok? No es que asusten a uno. Te lo estoy remarcando porque yo sé que es difícil entender.
No, yo pensaba, no, cuando dijo que si había alguna palabra, no le dije esa, pero pensaba que era malo, pues que era.
Era malo. Bueno, yo te lo estoy diciendo a propósito, muy adrede, muy a propósito, porque sé que es difícil lograrlo.
Sí.
Y tengo que decírtelo hasta en castellano. Terrific es como decir maravilloso. Es todo lo opuesto. Eso es lo que se llama en inglés falso cognado. False cognate. False cognate es un vocablo que uno piensa que es una cosa y resulta que es todo lo contrario.
Todo lo contrario.
Como cuando uno dice assist y attend. ¿Qué significa assist?
Asistencia.
Pues no es asistir. Assist es prestar asistencia, pero en el sentido de la ayuda, de ayudar. Y attend,
de atención, de atender.
Pues déjame decirte que attend es asistir. O sea, lo que uno tiene por asistir es atender. Attend es...
No, pero puede ser uno por obligación o por deber y el otro por querer, por...
Métete en la cabeza que assist es ayudar. Asistir a un enfermo significa ayudar. Y atender,
eso,
attend, no es atender. Attend es asistir, como asistir a clases. Tú estás atendiendo clases, estás asistiendo a clases. No es atención en el sentido formal de la palabra. Son falsos cognados. ¿Qué son falsos cognados? Palabras que uno piensa que son y no son lo que uno pensó. Tenlo en cuenta porque yo viví esa experiencia cuando estaba aprendiendo y tuvieron que decírmelo así claro y rapado en castellano, te lo estoy diciendo, porque hay la necesidad de llegar a fondo a él para no caer en el error posterior. ¿Está claro? Claro. Entonces ten en cuenta, terrific es buenísimo, clarísimo, terrific. Okay? No es lo mismo. Okay, so no problem here. Okay, you are Jack, I am Paula. Could you please read it? Read it.
Hey, Paula, I heard you have a new job.
Yes, I'm teaching math at Lincoln High School.
Who do you like it?
Oh, repeat it. How?
How do you like it?
It's difficult, but the students are terrific. How are things with you?
Not bad. Guess what? I am firefighter.
A firefighter. A firefighter now.
Firefighter now.
Really? Wow. How do you like it?
It is a dangerous job, but it's really interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. I love it.
I love it. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous job. Observe that the adjective goes before the noun and is a dangerous job, but it's really interesting. I love it. Okay, but please be careful. Be careful, okay?
Yeah.
Be careful. Okay, now pay attention to this. You listen and you repeat. You listen and you repeat. Is your job interesting? Repeat. Is your job interesting?
Is your job interesting?
Interesting? Okay. Listen to 4 people talk about their jobs. Complete the chart with the correct jobs and adjectives. Okay. The 4 people are Jasmine, Hannah, Luke, and Brandon. You're going to say what their occupation is and if they like it. What is it like? What is it like means the description, their description.
Okay.
If it is good or bad, if it is difficult or easy, you understand? When you say, what is it like? It's like saying that, like a description. You're gonna make a description here of their jobs, okay? Now you're gonna write here what the occupation is, what their occupation is. Pay attention to this, pay attention. You're gonna tell me the answers.
Page 53. Exercise 8. Listening. Is your job interesting? Listen to 4 people talk about their jobs. Complete the chart with the correct jobs and adjectives. 1,
Where do you work now, Yasmin?
I have a new job. I work downtown.
What do you do exactly?
I'm a street vendor. I sell ice cream.
Really? What's it like?
It's an exciting job. I talk to lots of cool people every day.
2,
What do you do, Kana?
I work in an office.
Really? What do you do exactly?
I'm a manager.
What's it like? I don't think that's an easy job.
No, it isn't. I have a difficult job, but I like it.
3,
Where do you work, Luke?
At a store.
Oh, are you a salesperson or a cashier?
No, actually, I'm a security guard.
Really? How do you like it?
It's pretty boring. I don't like it very much.
4,
What do you do, Brandon?
I work at the city hospital.
The city hospital? Are you a doctor?
No, I'm a nurse.
What's that like? Is your job interesting?
Oh, yes. Every day is different. I really like it.
Okay, tell me Yasmin's occupation, Yasmin's job. What is it?
Jasmine is vendor.
A vendor. What kind of vendor? What does she sell? What does she sell?
She sells ice cream.
Ice cream. Is it good for her? What is the description? Does she like it? What is it like? Is it difficult? Easy? What is
exciting.
it? Exciting. So Yasmin's job, she is a vendor, an ice cream vendor, and it is exciting. Let me check it out. Check it out. It's here. It's here. You see? Oh God, what did I do? I
Sí,
stopped
no,
sharing.
porque también lo tengo aquí anotado.
Ah, ok. Ah, mira, es que yo no sé qué fue lo que hice. Como que, como que me, como que lo cambié de pantalla. ¿Qué fue lo que hice? Vamos a ver. ¿Logras verlo ahí?
No, lo que pasa es que pulsó y le dio toda la respuesta.
Ah, ok, aquí están, aquí están.
No da la
Ok,
respuesta como...
ok. Sí, sí, se da, las otras no son parciales. Street vendor, ice cream vendor, and it's exciting. What is your, okay, what is the other answer about the other? What is the other answer right here? Oh God, I don't know. Let me check it out. Okay, what is the other? Who is the other? Who is the second one here? The second one is, who is it?
Kenna.
Hannah. What is Hannah's job? What is Hannah's job?
She job in the office.
But what
She
is
is a
she?
manager. She is a
She is
manager.
she's
A
a
manager.
manager. And does she like, I mean, what is it like? Is it difficult, interesting? What is it?
It's
Boring?
difficult, but she like.
Okay, it's difficult, but she likes it. It's not easy, not easy. It's difficult, but she likes it. She likes it. She likes it, okay? So Kana's job is difficult, but she likes it, okay? She likes
Okay.
it. Okay, tell me, the other, Luke. What is Luke's job?
Luke job in the store.
Okay, but what does he do?
He is a security guard.
He is a security guard, that's right. Tell me, what is it like? What is that like?
It's not like it's boring.
He doesn't like it. It's boring. He doesn't like it because it's boring. You see it's here? Okay, so Luke doesn't like his job. He's a security guard, but he says it's boring. It's boring. Okay, now what about the other? What's the other person? Who is it? Brandon.
Brandon work in the city hospital. He is
Okay,
a
is
nurse.
he a nurse?
A nurse. His work is interesting.
Interesting. His work is interesting. His job is interesting. Okay, let me repeat it again. Repeat, interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. Okay, some people in the United Kingdom pronounce interesting, interesting, different pronunciation, but most of Americans pronounce interesting. Okay, repeat, interesting.
Interesting.
Boring.
Boring.
Not easy, it's difficult.
Not easy, it's difficult.
Exciting.
Exciting.
Repeat those jobs again. Okay, street vendor. Street vendor. Okay, ice cream vendor.
Ice cream vendor.
Office manager.
Office manager.
Security guard.
Security guard.
Nurse.
Nurse.
Okay, pon énfasis en pronunciar bien las palabras. Okay, try to do it again and again. Check your pronunciation through Google Translate. Okay, check your pronunciation through Google Translate. And you can demand yourself. You demand yourself to do it right. Okay, mira, yo no te voy a cambiar. Yo trato de hacer, de empujarte a cambiar la pronunciación. Pero eres tú quien va a cambiar tu pronunciación, ¿ok? Las correcciones las vas a hacer tú en el camino. Yo te puedo detener en algunas que otras, ¿eh?
Claro.
Pero la palabra la llevas tú, ¿ok?
Correcto.
So you have to pronounce nurse, interesting, boring, security guard, office manager, not easy, difficult, exciting, ¿ok? Mientras más lo haga, mejor. The more you practice, the better. The more you practice, it's better. So let's continue on page 54. We have already finished page 53. Let's go to page 54. Remember that practice makes perfect. Es la práctica la que hace el maestro, caballero.
Así
Y
es.
esta constancia, perseverancia, ¿ok? Paciencia, porque hay que tener paciencia para esta hora del mediodía. Yo no me provoca a veces con este clima de llovinita. ¿Está lloviendo allá en Puerto
No,
Vallarta?
pero por ahí sonaron, está despejado, pero por ahí sonaron unos truenos ahorita.
Bueno,
Porque te
aquí
decía
se llueve que llueve, compadre.
hacia allá
Aquí, y
atrás,
tal
el
vez,
cerro, todo eso que va a llover.
eso es lo que me tiene a mí también la nariz medio floja, ¿eh? Stuffy nose, se llama en inglés, stuffy nose, una nariz que medio floja, ¿verdad?
Ah,
Y
eso por
además
la humedad.
prendí el ventilador ese que está aquí al frente y yo creo que
Ya,
levantó el polvito también. Entonces,
ya.
mira, a mí yo me afecto de la nariz, no es que tenga nada grave, ¿no? Es la humedad.
Ya, ¿ya se
Okay.
vacunó?
So, ¿ah?
¿Ya se vacunó?
No. You know that I am taking ivermectin. I told
Ahora que usted-
myself that I was not going to be vaccinated. A ver, ¿qué te
ya,
dije? ¿Qué te dije?
que no se ha vacunado porque ¿eh? No escuché bien.
I am taking a medicine which is called ivermectin. Ivermectin.
Porque toma medicina para.
Ivermectin is a pill that you take every 21 days. Every 21 days, so you're gonna be safe about any coronavirus. Te tengo ya confianza a la ivermectina. La ivermectina
Ok,
son 2 pastillitas que se toman cada 21 días. ¿Ok?
ok.
Entonces, en mi familia, aquí tenemos ya como 4 meses tomando ivermectina cada 21 días. Le tengo mucha fe, mucho más fe que cualquiera de esos benditas vacunas que están saliendo, llámese como las llame. El día que salga la vacuna, esta, ¿cómo es? La israelí, ese día yo me la tomo, me la pongo.
La israelí.
La israelí, sí, sí.
Ok.
No, la última vacuna, ¿verdad? Cuando salga ya la última vacuna que esté comprobado, porque ninguna de las actuales cumple con los factores. Tal vez la única, la Pfizer, creo. ¿Ya tú te vacunaste?
No, posiblemente esta semana.
Ok, nosotros estamos reacios a vacunar.
Ya.
¿Cómo se
Bueno,
reacios?
mándeme por privado ahorita el nombre a ver para
La
buscarlo y
ivermectina.
leerlo.
Bueno,
Ah.
eso sí tiene, mira, esa es preventiva, cada 21 días se toma. Y según los
Ok,
médicos, en el caso supuesto de que uno le llegara a dar el virus o cualquier sospecha de sintomatología, entonces sí se debe tomar cada 2, 3 días, creo que. Y la dosis es mayor, ¿ya?
ok.
Pero no tomar más de 2 pastillitas cada 21 días. 2 pastillitas en ayuna, eso es todo. De todas maneras,
Ya,
yo te paso la información, ¿ok?
va.
Ivermectina. Bueno, muchos decían que era dañino para el hígado. ¿Por qué razón? Porque ese medicamento es posible, si se toma con mucha frecuencia, puede dañar el hígado, sí.
Ok,
Pero no se toma, la dosis hace el veneno, ¿entiendes? La dosis es la que hace el
claro.
veneno. Y se comprobó que ese medicamento es excelentísimo para estos efectos, ¿ok?
Ya.
No hay, entonces, bueno, yo le tengo fe a la ivermectina. Ahora, el día que salga una vacuna de verdad efectiva, pues, ok, dejaré de tomar ivermectina y me inyecto mi vacuna, pues, ok.
Ya.
Pero la verdad que, miren, no es caro el medicamento, cuesta aquí en la esquina, en la farmacia de la esquina, 135 pesos las 4 pastillas, 2 para mi esposa y 2 para mí. Y mis hijos, mi hijo y mi nieta, y mi nuera, están tomando ivermectina también, ¿ya? Para que lo tengan en cuenta. Okay, let's continue with the grammar focus. Okay, observe placement of adjectives. Observe that you can say a doctor's job is stressful, but you can also say a firefighter's job is dangerous. But you can also say a firefighter has a dangerous job. Observe that dangerous job is in reverse order. The same as the doctor has a stressful job. Instead of saying a doctor's job is stressful. Okay, you can reverse the order, but this is the same. Puedes revertir el orden, pero da igual. El
Okay.
empleo, la ocupación de un médico es estresante. Es muy angustiante. Un médico tiene una ocupación angustiosa, angustiante. Esa ocupación estresante. Se dice una estresante ocupación. Se dice al revés. Recuérdate que para decir medias blancas se dice white socks. Y para decir zapatos negros se dice black shoes. Los calificativos del adjetivo van en orden reverso cuando se van en conjunto. ¿Ok? Tenlo en cuenta. Eso es todo lo que dice aquí. Let's continue with the placement of adjectives. La ubicación. Placement of adjective. Pay attention.
Page 54. Exercise 9. Grammar focus. Placement of adjectives. B plus adjective.
A doctor's job is stressful. A firefighter's job is dangerous.
Adjective plus noun.
A doctor has a stressful job. A firefighter has a dangerous job.
Okay, observe that you are using have, the verb to have, the verb has in this situation. In this situation, you're using is. You see? And here you are the adjective alone, only the adjective. But here you have the adjective preceding the noun, preceding the job. Okay? Stressful job. You see? A dangerous job. Okay? You understand the idea?
Yes.
Is it clear? Okay,
Yes.
pay attention to the grammar plus, which is on page 139. So let's go to page 139 and observe an additional explanation and an exercise about, no, this is not the one, this one which is here. Placement of adjectives from page 54. Adjectives come after the verb be. For example, a doctor's job is stressful, okay? Adjectives come before nouns. For example, you say a police officer has a dangerous job. You see, here you have, and here you have the verb be. Not a police officer has a job dangerous, because you don't say that in English, which is used in Spanish when you say a job dangerous. No, it's a dangerous job, okay? Adjectives have a same form, the same form with singular or plural nouns. You see, if they say firefighters and police officers have stressful jobs, you have stressful, no S, no plural form for stressful. So you say, have stressful jobs, stressfuls, it doesn't exist. It's not correct if you add a final S here, okay? Adjectives do not have plural, female or male. Adjectives are the same. This is an advantage that we have, because something that is very difficult is for an American or a British man to understand all the words that we have in Spanish. In Spanish, all the adjectives are plural and singular. All the adjectives have female or male, but in English, they don't have plural or singular, female or male. Tú dices, blanco es white, y blancos es white igualito, y blanca es white, y blancas white igualito. Y tú dices por cualquier adjetivo, por ejemplo, buscamos el adjetivo fastidioso, existe en castellano fastidioso, fastidiosas, fastidioso, fastidiosa, singular, plural, fastidioso, fastidiosa, fastidiosos, fastidiosas. El gringo tiene que aprender 4 palabras. Nosotros, bueno, le damos gracias a Dios que tenemos que aprender una sola. So English is easier. English is very easy, easier than Spanish. You say, an accountant's job is boring. An accountant has a boring job, okay? What do you say in this case, in this situation? A salesperson job. What do you say?
And a salesperson is
A salesperson's job. A salesperson's job.
Is stressful.
Stress. Okay, is stressful. What about the other?
A salesperson has a stressful job.
That's okay. A salesperson has a stressful job. So here you have the answers, okay? A salesperson job is stressful, or a salesperson has a stressful job. Can you please continue with number 3?
A security guard
With apostrophe S, a security guard's job. A security guard's job
is
dangerous. And the other one is?
A security guard has a dangerous job.
Okay, a security guard has a dangerous job, or a security guard's job is dangerous, you see? Okay, what about an actor's job?
An actor job is exciting. An actor is exciting job.
An actor has
exciting job.
An exciting job. An actor's job is exciting, or an actor has an exciting job. You see? Okay, what do you say about a host? A host.
A host job is interesting.
Interesting. Repeat it.
Interesting.
Interesting. A host job is interesting. Okay, and the other one?
A host has interesting job.
Observe that you have to mention the article. An interesting job. 3 words. You see? A host has an interesting job. Okay? So a host's job is interesting, or a host has an interesting job. Okay? Continue with the last one, a nurse.
A nurse job is difficult.
Remember, a nurse's with a final S. A nurse's job is difficult. Okay, continue with has.
A nurse has a nurse have a difficult job.
Okay, a nurse, in this case, you don't say nurses. You say a nurse has a difficult job. A nurse has a difficult job, or a nurse's job is difficult. A nurse's job is difficult. You see? El trabajo de un enfermero es difícil. ¿Eh? Un enfermero tiene un oficio, una ocupación difícil. Lo dice una difícil ocupación. ¿Ok? That's the problem, that you have to reverse the order. Ese es el problema, que tú tienes que revertir el orden. ¿Ok?
Correct.
So, pay attention to this. At the beginning, it's a little bit difficult, but then you're gonna get it. ¿Ok? Después de tanta práctica y práctica, de ir para atrás adelante y volver a lo mismo, pues. Okay. Llega el momento que te entra así fácilmente. Aquí te queda en el cerebro. Te queda en el cerebro. Okay. So let's try it again with this. Write each sentence. We go back to page 54. Write each sentence in a different way. Then compare with the partner. Observe what you have already studied on page 139. We come back and we make a relationship. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Observe. Let's repeat. Repeat it after me. A photographer's job is interesting.
A photographer's job is interesting.
A photographer has an interesting job.
A photographer has an interesting job.
Okay, now do the same. Observe that here you have is. Now you're gonna use has. What do you say? A pilot's job is exciting.
A pilot's job is exciting.
Now continue with the other way, in a different way. What is it? A different way.
A pilot has a exciting job.
Observe that you have to mention an exciting job. Why? Because exciting starts with a vowel. So you say a pilot has an exciting job. You see? Okay, continue with the next one.
A teacher's job is stressful.
Okay.
So a teacher has a stressful job.
Very good. A teacher has a stressful job, or a teacher's job is stressful. That's right. Very good. A teacher has a stressful job, or a teacher's job is stressful. Continue with the next one, number 4.
Cashier has a boring job.
Okay, observe that here you have has instead of saying is. So you have to say is here. What do you say? A cashier has a boring job.
A cashier job is boring.
A cashier's job is boring. That's okay. Very good. A cashier's job is boring. Continue with the next one. What do you say about an accountant?
An accountant has a difficult job.
Okay, what is the similar one?
An accountant's is difficult job.
Wait a minute. An accountant's job. An accountant's job is
difficult job.
Is difficult. No. An accountant's job is difficult.
Difficult.
Okay, an accountant's job is difficult. It's the same if you say an accountant has a difficult job. An accountant's job is difficult. Observe that here you don't mention accountants here. Okay, what do you say for the next one? Or the last one? A receptionist.
A receptionist has an easy job.
An easy job. Okay, what do you say?
A receptionist job is easy.
Is easy. A receptionist job is easy. That's okay. A receptionist job is easy. Okay. Fíjate que los ejercicios de este libro se las trae, se las juega, echando para atrás y para adelante, volteando la tortillita.
Sí.
Para que tú aprendas como la tabla de multiplicar, que tú la aprendiste al revés y al derecho. Claro. 8 por 5, 40. 5 por 8, 40. ¿Está claro? ¿Sí?
Okay.
Esa es la técnica. That's the technique they have here. Y está muy bien el libro a ese respecto. Okay, let's continue with the group work. Write one job for each adjective. Do your classmates agree? For example, an easy job, an actor. Do you think an actor's job is easy?
No.
No, I don't think so. It's really difficult to become an actor, okay? In my opinion, it's not easy. Okay, tell me another job which is gonna be very, very difficult. Which one is it?
An engineer.
An engineer. Okay, so you can say an engineer's job is difficult. An engineer has a very difficult job, okay? You say a graphic designer has an easy job. I don't agree with that. A graphic designer's job is difficult. It's difficult, not easy, okay? I think it's my opinion, okay? In my opinion.
Okay.
Tell me the same. let's have this conversation with a job which is difficult or which is dangerous in this situation. For example, I tell you, a police officer.
office.
Okay, tell me.
A police offices.
Officer.
Officer. A police officer job is dangerous.
A police officer's job is dangerous. I agree with you. A police officer's job is really, really dangerous. Okay? Very, very dangerous. Okay, if I tell you, for example, a security guard office, I mean, a security guard at an office, a security guard's job is really boring. It's really boring. What do you think?
Yes.
I agree with you. I agree. I agree with you. A security guard's job is boring. It's really boring. Okay, tell me a job. Tell me about a job which is exciting. Tell me about a job which is exciting.
A doctor.
Okay, exciting. Okay, tell me. A doctor's job is exciting.
Exciting.
A doctor has an exciting job. Okay, a doctor has an exciting job, or a doctor's job is exciting. Well, I wouldn't consider. I think it is not exciting for me. Not exciting. It's stressful for me. Not exciting. It's really stressful. Okay, relaxing. I would say a clown's job is relaxing. You know what a clown is? Do you know what a clown is?
An account is contador.
No, a clown. A clown's job, a clown's job is relaxing. Relaxing. A clown's job is relaxing, in my opinion. You know what a clown is?
No, no sabía que era clowns. Me estoy
Ahora
enterando
dime,
ahorita.
¿qué es?
Me dice Karina que es payaso.
Payaso, eso es. A clown's job is relaxing for me. What's your opinion? What's your opinion?
Yes, I think.
I agree with you. I agree.
Pero aquí dice, también puedo decir I think. Dice I think.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah. You can say I think it is, or I agree with you.
Job is relax.
Okay. A clown has a relaxing. You understand? A relaxing job. Observe that you are talking. Oh God. Okay. ¿Sí? Aquí estás practicando las dos vertientes, las dos posibilidades. Una donde estás utilizando el is y otra donde estás utilizando el has. ¿Lo ves?
Okay.
A clown's job is relaxing. A clown has a relaxing job. ¿Ok? Oye, yo creo que ese es el... Yo debí haber sido payaso, chico. Para ganar dinero riéndome.
Yo también.
Oye,
todavía no me decido, todavía hay tiempo.
Yo creo que te voy a decir. That's good. A clown's job is relaxing. A clown has a relaxing job. Por ejemplo, más payaso que el Commander Guácharo, por ejemplo, por decir algo. Me gana dinero por echar cuento. ¿Ok? Ese es un payaso. pero un payaso verbal. Un payaso verbal. Payaso verbal. No es payaso de pintarse, ¿no? That's it. Pero lo que pasa es que nosotros en Venezuela llamamos payaso a quien echa chistes también, ¿no?
Sí.
Cuenta cuento. El que inventa broma, un payaso. ¿Ya? Y para mí un payaso es una buena actividad. Ay, caramba. Hace reír a todo el mundo. Ay, qué buen trabajo. Ok, excellent. Interchange 8. The perfect job. Pay attention to this. No, bueno, nos está tocando aquí la campana. Son las 3 de la tarde. Ya las campanas están sonando aquí en la iglesia. Okay. Entonces, mira, quedamos aquí. ¿Qué nos falta ya para terminar la unidad número 8? Mitad del libro, Hemos llegado a la mitad del libro, prácticamente casi mes y medio, ¿Es o no? Casi mes y medio. Digo, Esto es una salida lo que estamos haciendo, ¿eh? Préstame atención, ¿eh? Aquí está.
Sí, lo estoy anotando
Esta es
aquí.
la última página. Bueno, ya después vienen 2 lecciones más que son lo que se llama una, mira, aquí lo dice. La lección que sigue está constituida de 2 páginas nada más,
Ok,
que es el resumen para ver tu progreso de las unidades 7 y 8. A propósito, yo
ok,
les voy a hacer, bueno, si mañana asiste el señor Luis Felipe,
ok,
le hacemos un Kahoot de las unidades 5 y 6, ¿ok?
perfecto.
Que no lo he revisado, porque no he revisado nada de ustedes de la unidad 5 y 6. Ya revisamos en la unidad 1 y 2, de la 3 y 4, pero en la 5 y 6 no. Mañana voy a revisarles la unidad 5 y 6 a ver qué fallas hay. ¿Ok? Recuerden que el curso de ustedes es un curso atípico. Yo no voy
Sí.
tan rápido en un curso normal. Es más, si tú quieres que yo vaya con tu hijo normal, mira, no puedo avanzar más de 4 unidades. No debo. Si él está tan
Una
básico,
semana.
no debería yo avanzar más de 4 unidades por un mes.
Ya,
Para cubrir las 8 unidades que ustedes están cubriendo en menos de mes y medio, esto es una carrera. Lo que estamos haciendo ustedes, Luis Felipe y tú, y yo. Pero lo estoy haciendo porque ustedes son falsos, como le dije, falsos principiantes. Ustedes no son iniciantes. ¿Ok? Pero yo siento que con ustedes sirvo, pues lo puedo hacer. ¿Ya? Ustedes me siguen y yo le doy. Aquí estamos el resumen de la unidad 7 y 8, que son apenas 2 paginitas, que la vamos a cubrir mañana si Dios quiere. No pasaremos a las 9, no señor, no pasaremos a las 9. Las 9 ya es mitad del libro para allá. ¿Ok?
ok.
Y no nos quedamos nada más en la unidad número 8, donde habíamos quedado, que es aquí. ¿Ok?
Pero podemos hacer a final de semana como un review de todas, ¿no?
Exactamente. Al final de semana hacemos un review de las 8
8.
unidades que hemos cubierto.
Puede
Es más,
usted
yo le voy a
buscar
hacer el
cuáles son
examen,
puede buscar
no al
usted cuáles
estilo
son
de
las.
Kahoot. No lo voy a hacer al estilo de Kahoot, se lo voy a hacer
Ok,
formalito.
ok,
Formalito significa, yo les envío el archivo en PDF y los archivos de
ok,
audio. Ustedes lo escuchan. Que a propósito, los tienes tú.
ok.
Yo creo que los tienes tú. Tú no tienes
Y
en tu libro. Ahorita que estás viendo eso, mira, aquí está. Tú estás viendo esto aquí arriba.
ajá,
¿Qué dice aquí?
complete assessment intro.
Assessment Intro. Ahí están todos. Si lo abro, tú lo tienes en tu libro.
Sí, sí, ya yo lo tengo así ya.
Ah, mira, si tú abres aquí, este que dice, mira, Intro, Written Quiz, WQ. ¿Está viendo que dice Intro, Written Quiz?
Ajá,
Dice WQ.
ok,
Yo mañana le voy a aplicar este al estilo Kahoot.
ok,
Intro, Written Quiz, 5 and 6. Aquí está el doc de Windows, doc, el documento. Pero aquí está en
ok,
PDF también, el mismo archivo lo tienes en PDF. Y
ok,
tienes las claves de respuesta inclusive.
ok.
Tienes las claves. No significa con esto que yo te estoy diciendo que tú, no, tú te vas a copiar la respuesta y la vas a escribir y punto.
Claro,
No, vamos a
claro,
ser adultos.
es
Vamos a
correcto,
estar claros. Yo estoy trabajando con adultos, yo no estoy trabajando con niños ni con adolescentes.
totalmente.
Y yo quiero que tú sepas que sí, puedes abrirlo y puedes revisarlo, pero no es que te vas a grabar como una chuletita para después transcribirla, porque esa no es la idea. ¿Me está claro?
Totalmente.
La idea es precisamente tener la base para que si yo te lo pongo sin, ¿verdad? Sin chuleta, tú te la comes y te la comes bien, y la masticas
Correcto.
bien, y sabes soltar la lengua. ¿Ves? Entonces, aquí están las claves, la clave de respuesta está también, está el script, que es algo así como lo que está oral, está en forma escrita. O sea, que es muy completo, completísimo. Y tienes también la 7 y la 8. Si puedes observar, aquí dice 7 y 8, ¿te das cuenta?
Sí,
7 y 8. ¿Eh? Está 7 y 8 en modelo Word, está también el 7 y 8 en MP3, o sea, los archivos grabados, lo tienes allí. Está completísimo el libro. Ahora, yo lo que le aplicaría el día viernes vendría a ser no written quiz, no written quiz, sino test. Aquí donde dice T, ¿te das cuenta que dice T?
Ok.
Dice English, aquí dice interchange 5, y dice de la 1 a la 8, 1 to 8, ¿te das cuenta?
Ok.
Ok, aquí está uno que dice el script y hay otro que dice el key answer key, el otro administración. Pero vamos a poner este que dice aquí 1 through 8 doc o 1 through 8 PDF, no es otro que el examen tuyo. Si lo abro aquí, si le doy clic aquí, vas a ver el PDF que lo puedes reproducir tú, ¿ya ves? Y si le das aquí al MP3, ¿das cuenta que hay uno que dice MP3? Vas a encontrar los archivos de audio, ¿ya? Entonces, los archivos de audio que se van a emplear en esta prueba escrita que contiene 8 unidades, de la 1 a la 8, los archivos de audio, están allí.
Están allí.
Todo está allí. Están las respuestas, la clave de respuesta, donde dice key. Hay gente que dice key, llave, la llave, es la clave de respuesta. Entonces,
Ok.
este libro es muy completo. Y no solamente tienes un modelo A, sino que tienes también un modelo B, ¿lo ves? O sea, no tienes un solo modelo de examen, sino tienes dos modelos de
Dos.
examen, A y B. Entonces, si estás fallando en uno, te puedo aplicar el otro. ¿Ya ves? La idea, Gerardo, es aprender, no de memoria. Porque de memoria debes aprenderte, sí, cómo no, los adjetivos, stressful, ¿ok? Dangerous, interesting, ¿entiendes? Debes aprenderte de memoria. Pero la idea no es aprenderse de memoria la clave de respuesta, ni tenerla en una chuleta, un chuletón,
Claro.
sino tenerla aquí, Gerardo. Ningún idioma se aprende. No language is going to be learned by using keys. No hay clave. La única clave es la repetición, es la paciencia, es la perseverancia, es
Así
darle
es.
el fastidio al profesor. ¿Me entienden? Esa es la idea. Entonces, bueno, yo voy a dejar de compartir este vídeo que está aquí y voy a pararme esta grabación.